Hello and thank you for joining me. Today we'll be talking about the user portal and a basic walkthrough of what it looks like and how to get into it and use it. First things first, go and open up your web browser and go to voice.tekelement.com. I'm going to log in here with one of the test accounts that I have so you can kind of see what the basic user portal looks like. Once you've logged in, you'll be able to see your new voicemail messages, your recent call history, any active phones you have, and the default answering rules that are in place, or any phones that are in place. On the Messages tab, this is where you can see your voicemails. If you have no new messages, you can use the drop down to see if you have any saved or messages in trash. Delete them from there. Chat is where you'll get text messages or start text messages if texting is enabled for your account. It's pretty straightforward. It looks like just a regular old chat window when you use it, and we can go over that if anyone needs to text. Finally, under settings, you can turn on your voicemail. You can do options for voicemail, and you can make your own voicemail greeting or record your name, as well as turn on email notifications. To record your greeting, if you want to do it right here through the browser, click on the Manage button. You'll see the list of recordings that are available. I usually delete this one because it's the auto-generated one, and then I add my own greeting. You can use text-to-speech to type out a greeting, which works pretty well, but it's going to sound like a robot, but it gives you the option to pick from a bunch of different voices. You can upload a file, like if you record it on your cell phone and share it to yourself via email or any other method, you can upload that file. Or you can choose to record it. Choosing to record it will allow you to have the extension actually call you on whatever phone you want it to call on. It'll call you, you'll pick up, it'll give you the instructions for recording, and then you'll start recording. And the call and then your recording will automatically be uploaded into the system. So you can do that from anywhere and from any phone. If you use your cell phone, just make sure you type a 1 in front of that phone number. Same thing goes for recording your name. This is good for if you want to use your recorded name in like the directory, or if your company has a dial by name directory, you can do that too. I always use email notifications for voicemail. I typically only use send with attachment and move to trash because I don't like to manage voicemail in my user portal. I like to manage it through my email. You can send with attachment and leave as new or move to saved, whatever you'd like to. That way you can double check it in both places. If you want to choose send with hyperlink, you can, but it's just going to make you log into the portal and check it in there. So this is my favorite setting. Totally whatever you need though. If you want it in both places, or if you only want it in the portal, so make sure you make the changes right there. We'll have a separate video for fax. It's a little bit more involved, and not every user will have fax enabled on their portal. But if you need access to a fax, we will have a video available to check that one out for you. You're able to import and export your own contacts and add your own contacts. So if you have a regular customer you call, you want their name to show up on the caller ID when they call, add them into here. If there's a list of company contacts like a vendor, you can submit that and a ticket to us, and we can get that uploaded as a shared contact for the entire company. For answering rules, you can edit your default rule, which all you really need to do. You don't need to make a new rule. But you can have this enabled. It's just the default. Default is all the time, no matter what. You can make different answer rules for different times, though, if you'd like to, and we can get into that. You can turn on call screening or do not disturb here as well. So if you don't want your phone to ring, click on do not disturb here. If you need your phone calls forwarded, so if you want your calls forwarded when you don't have your web phone open, like when you're offline, or when your calls aren't answered, you can have it forwarded to your cell phone or a different phone number or a different extension. You can also forward it for always. I always leave simultaneous ring on because it allows me to pick up the phone from any of my extensions. But you can also have it ring an external phone number. So if you want your desk phone, your web phone, the app on your phone, and someone's cell phone to ring, you can type that one in with a number there, and they'll all ring at the same time. If you do want to do call forwarding, like if I'm going to call forward to my cell phone always, I'll check the box and type in my phone number with a 1 in front. Make sure you do that. And then I always leave just ring the user's extension checked at the bottom, just for myself, because I like it managed to the phone system. If you want to play with that and uncheck it, you're welcome to. You can also add and remove people from the allow and block list. So how you treat spam calls can be chosen here. You can choose to have them ring as normal, send a voicemail, drop the call, or screen the call, which will give you the option to answer it or not answer it at all. So, and this would be for phone numbers that are identified as spam by a database. So if you like to block numbers or ensure that someone can call you no matter what, add them to the allow list or add them to the block list. Like if I never want Innotech to call me again or TekElement to call me again, I'll type in that phone number and I'll hit done. We're good to go. I'm going to uncheck all this and delete all these because I don't want to mess with that in the system. You can import a list, and if you want to type out a list, you can download the template, and it'll be the list you need to upload to do that. Now looking at timeframes, this is how you can set timeframes for yourself if you don't want your phone to ring after 5 p.m. or if you're going to go on vacation. So we're going to look at the vacation example so you can kind of see how these work. So I'm going to click on Add Time Frame, and I'm just going to give it a name, My Vacation. I can have this apply to always, but I'm going to do specific dates or ranges so you can set this up ahead of time. I'm going to do February 14th, go Valentine's Day, to February 16th. And you can choose the timing here. You can use the slider to pick what time you want it to start at, what time you want it to end at. If there's a minute you want it to start at and end at. And then just click on Save. You can also add multiple days as well. So if you want to put like all your holidays in, you'd be good to go there. And all you would need to do is go back to your answering rules and change that default answering rule time to whatever time you want to have in here. So like vacation or, anything like that. So you can also do full days, by the hour, all that good stuff. The phones tab lists the phones you have. This extension shows that there's a Polycom Trio 8000 attached to it. This will also show your web phones and your Snap Mobile phones. There is there's a button to set up Snap Mobile. It shows you how to log in and the information you need, and you can scan the QR codes for either the Apple Store or Google Play Store to download the app directly onto your device. So then it'll show you your username and the password you'll have set up yourself as well as the host ID. If you want to change your music on hold, you are more than welcome to. This will only apply to your extension and when people are calling you. You can also add an introduction message to play while callers are on hold. You cannot upload copyrighted music, so no jams, no Britney Spears One More Time, nothing like that. I will see it and we'll have to delete it, and you might lose privileges for that. Then for call history, I'm actually going to pull up a different extension to show you real quick here, so you can actually see what call history looks like. I'm going to go into our test environment and get that signed in. So call history shows all incoming and outgoing calls filtered just for, this one sees my whole company just in the test environment. So you can see the number that called, the number that they dialed, the quality of service, which may not make a lot of sense, and who picked up the phone call at the end. So if it's like speak account, that's someone's voicemail. The caller hung up during and did not leave a voicemail. If you see NMS, that is calls going to an automated phone system like an auto attendant, things like that. You can do call reporting schedules. So I'm going to do reports and go to call or hit new export. I'm going to set up my calls and set this one to go weekly. Select the day of the week you want a report to come to you via email. It's going to set this up. You can mark it so after completion, it emails or uploads via FTP or SFTP. I like to have an email to myself, just so I can see that. And this would be great for if you wanted to report your phone calls to your supervisor or anything like that. They can also set this up on the back end for you, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you want to get your call metrics, you can absolutely set that up. Last thing I'll show you real quick here is how to set your stuff up in your own profile. So click on your name in the upper right hand corner and click on Profile. From here you can change your name, your time zone, whether or not you want to be listed in the directory. You can set up single sign-on through your Google account or through Office 365, change your password, change your area code, and set up your voicemail pin. So if you need to do any of those things, you can do so right from this screen. Super easy and straightforward for you. That's the end of our introduction to the basic user profile. Thank you so much for watching, and please let us know if you have any questions at all.